Welcome back to our channel, where we journey through history's most epic moments. Today, we're stepping onto a sun-scorched plain in southern Italy. The year is 216 BC. Two of the ancient world's greatest powers, Rome and Carthage, are locked in a mortal struggle for dominance of the Mediterranean. This is the story of the Battle of Cannae, a day that would see a military genius orchestrate one of the most complete tactical victories in the annals of warfare. This is the story of Hannibal Barca and his masterpiece of destruction.
Ho, ho, ho!
Imagine the scene. It's the dawn of August 2nd. The air is thick with anticipation, heavy with the dust kicked up by over 130,000 soldiers. On one side, the formidable Roman Republic, a military machine unlike any the world had ever seen. They've assembled one of the largest armies in their history, a force of nearly 86,000 men, led by two consuls, Lucius Aemilius Paulus and Gaius Terentius Varro.
Ho, ho, ho!
They are confident, perhaps even arrogant. They believe in the brute force of their legions, the disciplined power of their heavy infantry, designed to smash through any opposition. Their plan is simple: march forward, overwhelm the enemy with sheer numbers, and crush Hannibal once and for all. On the other side, a much smaller, more diverse army stands ready. Hannibal Barca of Carthage commands a force of around 50,000 men.
Ho, ho, ho!
His army is a tapestry of cultures: fierce Gauls, skilled Iberians, deadly Balearic slingers, and his elite African veterans, all bound together by their loyalty to him. They are outnumbered, far from home, and facing an enemy determined to annihilate them. But they have an advantage that can't be measured in numbers: the mind of their commander. Hannibal isn't just a general, he's a student of psychology, a master of terrain, and a brilliant strategist who has spent years studying his Roman adversaries.
Ho, ho, ho!
He knows their strengths, and more importantly, he knows their weaknesses. He knows they are aggressive, predictable, and prone to overconfidence. And on this day, he will use those very traits against them. As the sun climbs higher, casting long shadows across the battlefield, the Roman war machine begins to move. The ground trembles under the rhythmic march of tens of thousands of sandals. The sound is a deafening roar of drums, horns, and the clank of armor.
Ho, ho, ho!
Their formation is a dense, deep block of infantry designed for one purpose: to punch a hole straight through the Carthaginian center. They are a tidal wave of steel and muscle, ready to wash over Hannibal's forces. Facing them, Hannibal arranges his own army in a formation that must have looked strange, even weak, to the Roman commanders. Instead of a straight line, he pushes his center forward, creating a long, shallow crescent that bulges towards the Romans.
Ho, ho, ho!
His least reliable troops, the Gauls and Iberians, are placed right in the middle of this crescent. His best soldiers, the battle-hardened African infantry, are held back on the flanks, almost hidden from view. It looks like a gamble, a sign of weakness. It is, in fact, the beginning of a perfectly laid trap. The clash is inevitable. The two massive armies collide with a thunderous crash of shields and a roar of battle cries that echoes for miles.
Ho, ho, ho!
Just as Hannibal predicted, the powerful Roman legions, driven by their sheer mass and aggression, begin to push his center back. The crescent formation starts to buckle, slowly giving way. To the Roman consuls, it must have seemed like victory was at hand. They press their advantage, urging their men forward deeper and deeper into the Carthaginian line. The Gauls and Iberians in the center fight desperately, but they are steadily retreating, their crescent shape inverting, bending inwards under the immense Roman pressure.
Ho, ho, ho!
The Romans, smelling blood, surge forward, compressing their own formation even further, becoming a dense, tightly packed mob, focused only on the retreating enemy in front of them. They are so fixated on breaking the center that they fail to notice what is happening on their flanks. This is the moment Hannibal has been waiting for. The moment the trap springs shut. As the Romans pour into the collapsing center, Hannibal gives the signal.
Ho, ho, ho!
From the wings, his elite African infantry, who have been held in reserve, suddenly pivot inwards. They slam into the exposed and protected flanks of the Roman legions. The Romans, who thought they were on the brink of victory, are suddenly hit from the sides. Confusion turns to panic. They are no longer a disciplined fighting force. They are a disorganized mass of men, trapped and unable to maneuver.
Ho, ho, ho!
But the nightmare is just beginning. While the infantry battle was raging, Hannibal's superior cavalry, led by his brilliant commanders Hasdrubal and Maharbal, had been busy on the wings. They had swiftly defeated their Roman counterparts, and instead of chasing them from the field, they circled around the back of the entire Roman army. Now the encirclement is complete. It's a perfect double envelopment, the kind of maneuver that military theorists would study for centuries.
Ho, ho, ho!
The Roman army is surrounded on all four sides. The African infantry press in from the flanks, the Gallic and Spanish warriors rally and push back from the front, and the Carthaginian cavalry charges into their rear. There is nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The massive Roman army has been swallowed whole. The battle transforms into a slaughter. Packed so tightly they can barely lift their arms to swing their swords, the Roman soldiers are cut down by the thousands.
Ho, ho, ho!
The air fills with the screams of the dying, the clang of steel, and the desperate shouts of officers trying to restore an order that no longer exists. Dust and smoke choke the air, turning the afternoon sun a blood-red color. For hours, the grim work continues, as Hannibal's men systematically dismantle the greatest army Rome had ever put into the field. As dusk begins to settle, a chilling silence falls over the plain of Cannae. Where a mighty army stood that morning, now there is only a vast field of the dead and dying.
Ho, ho, ho!
The scale of the Roman loss is almost incomprehensible. Some historians estimate that as many as 70,000 Roman soldiers were killed, with thousands more captured. It was one of the single bloodiest days in all of ancient history. The consul Paulus lay dead amongst his men. Varro, the other consul, managed to escape with a handful of survivors. Hannibal stands on a nearby hill, looking out over the grin to blow. He has achieved the impossible.
Ho, ho, ho!
He has not just defeated the Romans, he has annihilated their army, executing a tactical plan of such breathtaking genius that it would be studied and admired by generals like Scipio Africanus, Napoleon, and von Schlieffen for the next 2,000 years. The Battle of Cannae was a stunning military victory for Carthage, a testament to Hannibal's unparalleled brilliance. It brought the Roman Republic to its knees, shaking its very foundations. Yet, paradoxically, it also sowed the seeds of Hannibal's ultimate defeat.
Ho, ho, ho!
Rome, though battered and bleeding, refused to surrender. The disaster at Cannae forged a new Roman resolve, a determination to fight on, no matter the cost. They would learn from their mistakes, adapt their strategies, and eventually produce a general, Scipio Africanus, who could finally defeat the man who had humbled them so completely. Cannae stands as a powerful lesson in history, that a single battle, no matter how decisive, does not always win a war.
Ho, ho, ho!
And that true strength lies not just in the ability to deliver a knockout blow, but in the resilience to get back up after being knocked down. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey back to one of history's most pivotal battles. If you found this story as fascinating as we do, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into the past. Let us know in the comments which historical event you'd like us to cover next. Until then, stay curious.
Ho, ho, ho!